Hey guys, today is day 4 of going from zero to $100,000 liquid in the bank account as an 18-year-old entrepreneur. And in this video, I'll just recap the day, tell you what I did and how I made progress and how I'm going to do better tomorrow and kind of the direction I'm going in. So another one or two, I think, TikTok shop accounts that I owned, affiliate accounts, got banned today. Just a little bit of a pain in the ass. Is like one of the last accounts or the last two accounts that got banned today. Over the last month or a couple months, I think I've had like 12 accounts banned in total. Like basically everything I had to pay like $4,000 or at least $3,000 in total for all of these accounts, and now they all got banned. So that's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. TikTok is really making it hard to make money on the platform, to make it for them. But at the end of the day, it's still making money even without these accounts. I'm still going to be fine. I know it's going to be okay. And there's other influencers that are posting videos on their own accounts. These were just my own accounts that I owned. Other than that, I realized that I'm really still not working enough. I spoke about it in the video yesterday that my potential is so much more than just working for a few hours a day, and making progress, but like at the rate that I'm going now, it's really not enough. Like I deserve so much more. And it's not about deserving, it's about having that potential. I was given this potential by someone or something or what, I don't know what it is, but I know that I have the potential inside of me. And I know that for a fact because I've experienced it in the past. And I had many times, many months where when I was working for 10, 12, 14 hours a day, and now I am not. And it doesn't sit right with me. And so I am currently in Israel, and because of the war between Israel and Iran, the airport has been closed for a couple of weeks now, or like a month actually, or month and a half, and I wasn't able to fly out of the country. But now that there's a ceasefire between Israel and Iran, basically I might be able to fly to Dubai soon. And the moment I get an opportunity to buy tickets to Dubai, I'm gonna take that opportunity the first time I get it. I'm flying there as soon as I can, and I'm not gonna wait for anything. The moment there's tickets, I'm literally buying them right away. So I have been looking forward to that moment because yes, it's not gonna be a very what's the word? I don't want to say cheap because it is cheap. I don't want to say that a few $1,000s is not cheap, but it's not going to be a very, like, I'm going to have to spend money on it. So there's like, I guess you could call it like a risk that I'm going to go there and I'm going to spend all that time with no return. The risk is like basically me spending that money, living in that nice apartment out there, probably in the same building I'm always staying at for, a couple weeks to a month. And just working my ass off. And the only risk is that I'm just gonna spend that money and not get the work back and not get the return. So it's like worst case scenario, I lose like $4, $5, $6,000. It's the worst case scenario. And then I'm just good. I just come back here and I have still a lot of money left in the bank account and I'm chilling. I don't need anything. So it's like the worst case scenario, my life doesn't change. I'm still going to be in the same position where I started and I can continue working. But the worst case scenario, I'm going to learn from that and understand why I didn't work and still get a fuckload of work done because that's something under my control. So if you think about it, the worst case scenario of me going there and making that decision and spending $5,000 or $6,000 on that trip to Dubai, worst case scenario, I'm going to learn and be in the same position I'm at now, and my life just doesn't change. And I just get new knowledge and new inputs. So it sounds like a win to me. And then obviously the best case scenario, I'm going to become a fucking millionaire. I'm going to make $50,000 that month when I come there. because of how the environment is going to affect me. I'm going to work so much that I'm going to make an incredible amount of progress. I'm going to meet up with fucking Andrew Tate, and best case scenario, there's no limit. It's kind of like a casino. You come there with $1, and the best case scenario, you exit a trillionaire, billionaire, millionaire, whatever it is. Worst case, you just lose $1. So the best case is ultimately, obviously, a lot better. But realistically, I'm honestly confident that it will pay off. Like, I'm gonna make more money than just because I am in Dubai. So not like if I regularly, let's say if, for example, random number, it's not actually how much I make, but let's say I would make 20K a month profit regularly on, like, usually if I stayed in this apartment here with my parents. Actually, what am I saying? Why am I saying it's like a random number? It's pretty much exactly what I'm at right now. For the last couple of months, it's been like 20K profit a month. So let's actually talk about the real numbers. If I stay here, I'm gonna, let's say, make 20K profit a month. If I fly there and I'm there for a month, or let's say 2 weeks, in order for me to make it worth it, I would have to not only make the usual 10K profit that I would make in that time frame while being here, I have to make an additional 6,000 or 5,000 on top of that, whatever I spend on the trip, in order to make it worth it, on top of the usual 10K I would make here. So, and that's attainable, bro. That's very, very attainable, because think about it. Like right now, let's say I work for I put in like 5 hours of work, like 5 good hours of work, maybe 6 or 8 on like some days, probably more like 7 to be honest on average, or 8. But whatever, let's say, even if it's 8, like, all right, conservatively, I put in 8 hours, which is not even really the case. But let's say I put in 8 hours of work here, because I'm going to be in Dubai and I know I'm going to be working there for at least 12 hours a day, just because I know myself, I know how I perform in Dubai. I've been there, I've lived there for a month last year in the same building, same apartment, same conditions. I work at least 12 hours, sometimes 14 or more, usually actually more like 13 on average. But let's say even if it's 12 conservatively, again, that still means that I will get probably paid, if I get paid the same amount per hour and my quality of work input per hour doesn't decrease the more I work, then the amount of money I'll make is going to increase by 50%. So therefore, I would make an extra $5,000 within that 2 weeks that I would normally make $10,000 in, which means that the trip is going to be paid off, just mathematically, if you think about it. If I just spend 2 weeks there and I work this at the same rate and I make the same amount of money as I always do, which honestly, it's probably going to go up exponentially and I'm going to make even more. But even if it stays at the same level, and as long as my quality of work input per hour per unit of time doesn't decrease, the more I work, if I just work at, for 4 more hours per day, which I will because I'm in Dubai, I will pay off the full trip just by being there. So it's basically going to be free, plus the knowledge that I get and the experience. So, and potentially connections from meeting up with people I know there, and new connections as well. So it's like, really realistically, most likely, I'm gonna just get a free trip to Dubai and just get new experience and knowledge. Worst case, I'll lose a few $1,000s, but still learn. Best case, I'm gonna make a lot of money, like a good amount of money, there, and then come back, or even stay there, and I'm just gonna be a lot richer and smarter, and I'll learn a lot about myself while being isolated there, and I'll learn a lot about work and everything. So it's definitely something I'm gonna do as soon as I get the chance to do so and buy tickets. It's been on my mind quite a lot recently, because I don't want to use it as an excuse, but I just feel stagnant, bro. I feel static here in my parents' house. And it has nothing to do with them, obviously. But it's just this, like, being here and being like, it just makes me feel like a kid, It makes me feel like a little boy, like, because I'm under my parents' roof. They are the ones that put the food on the table. they do the chores. Like it makes me feel all the wrong things that I shouldn't feel as an entrepreneur. It makes me feel like immature and young and complacent and comfortable because I don't have to do anything. It makes me feel the opposite of independent and free and masculine and of a provider. It makes me feel like the opposite of a provider, which is the wrong feeling. So if I'm there, I'm going to feel the opposite way, which is likely going to increase the input per unit of time and make it higher quality as well, because I'll be in a better state of mind. But again, I'm not using it as an excuse. There's no sort of right state of mind. I'm working anyway. Even if I'm here, I'm still working, but it's just, I have to use more willpower to work now at the moment if I'm here than I would have to if I were in Dubai. There, I would just naturally work. There's no other thing to do. In Dubai, you just work. You can't do anything else. You either work or you drive a supercar or you're on a fucking jet ski or in a, on a buggy in the desert. That's it. That's like, for me personally, there's no other experience. Or you're shopping in Dubai Mall. That was my life in Dubai. But 95 or 98% of the time, you're just working. And the other 2%, it's one of these 4 other activities. So yeah, I just really, really looking forward to that. And I'm not slipping up and I'm not using it as an excuse to just blow money. I'm genuinely going there to work. And I feel like this is a calculated risk. Maybe a little too calculated on my end. I literally broke it down mathematically per hour. So I'm sure it's going to pay off, but I'm just being conservative with my money because I have a little bit of fucking PTSD from last year where I lost it all because of traveling and doing stuff like going to Dubai. But yeah, it really does sound like a good idea. And it will also just, aside from, making me work more, it will likely make me more money just by itself. Because I will have Burj Khalifa in my background on calls, I will be more likely to close deals. I will be more likely to make good connections on calls and I will have more authority. I will likely get more views on YouTube videos if I want to. Like right now, obviously I don't care how many views this video gets, but if I want to get views at that time, it's going to be way easier for me to do so with Burj Khalifa in the background while sitting in a luxurious apartment in Dubai versus my parents' house. So yeah, I do think it's positive, and I realize that there are potential downsides, but I am comfortable with that, to be honest. So yeah, basically that's about it. I just yapped about Dubai for like 10 minutes. Literally using this channel right now as a diary instead of journaling. I'm just yapping on camera. So if you're watching, I appreciate it. What else? Yeah, but other than that, I've also kind of done a little bit of a dopamine detox today in a way. I've just been refraining from using my phone too much, really considering ordering one of those brick things that you put on your phone and it just bricks it and you can't use it for anything. Really considering doing that because I feel like I've been a little overstimulated recently, and I'm a big anti-stimulation sort of dopamine detox guy. I don't do dopamine detoxes, but I just like my lifestyle reflects it. Like I don't listen to music. I don't, consume any sort of fast-paced content. And I've really started to fall for these traps over the last few days or week. And I hate it. It makes me less productive. It makes my mind messy. And when I'm limiting my access to these cheap dopamine activities, I have so much more clarity on a deep level and awareness. And I know what to do. I know when to do it. And I also have time to think about things like this, like the Dubai trip. If I would fill up my time with scrolling Instagram reels, I wouldn't have even calculated the ROI on going to Dubai. while like walking somewhere or cycling or something, or doing the dishes. If I were listening to music instead of this, instead of just thinking about it, I wouldn't have realized this. So yeah, it's really important to just think, in my opinion, and limit your access to like whenever you go outside of the house, I don't think you should be putting on headphones with a podcast or music. And there's times where you can do that and you should do that, especially if you're like consciously need to learn something. But if it's just like a walk to the supermarket and you just literally have the instinct to put it on just to feel some sort of stimulation, I feel like that's when you know you shouldn't do it and you should just go in silence. You should just say no to your monkey brain. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just eating with no YouTube, try not to use my phone too much and just thinking instead. But yeah, so fucking sleepy right now. That's about it. What else? Is there anything else we want to talk about? Yeah, that's really about it. Probably gonna drop the tutorial for non-US people who want to sell on TikTok Shop tomorrow. I already recorded the video yesterday and I worked on extra material for the video today, and I'll probably be done with everything tomorrow and then post it probably middle of the day or evening tomorrow. So pretty excited about that. And yeah, so I'm really too sleepy to keep recording this. Thank you for watching, and I'll get you guys in a video tomorrow.